It's Trainer Talk. It's Trainer Talk.
All right, Hyro, thank you so much for joining us today. I am so excited to be able to introduce you to the podcast. And of course, Hyro, this is Dex Hunt. Thank you so much for
Yes.
agreeing to meet. You are an absolute blessing. I have got so many questions for you because I'm excited to introduce you, learn more about you as an artist and a creator. And I just want to say welcome. This is a Trainer Talk. This is a collaboration with Smokey My name is Scott, and I've got Hyro. Welcome.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, hyped to be here. It's so weird getting to talk to you and not just write my comments and hope you see them. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to be here to chat.
Awesome. Yeah. So I got to tell you, I think the first time that you came into a live chat, I was first of all blown away because I saw your icon, and I always, try to click on an icon, and during the live chat, I'm like, this is a creator. Like this is somebody who is active in the community. And so I went back after the live stream and I clicked on it, and all of a sudden I'm watching some of your videos, and I'm like, okay, this is a professional. This is somebody, this is not like your first video. This is not your first live stream. I have so many questions for you. I obviously will get into your channel. Your channel is Dex Hunt, and amazing channel dedicated to TCG cards, Pokemon. But I got to know a little bit about your background. I mean, you're a professional, okay? And do you have another
Thank you,
channel?
Scott.
Have you had other channels? I want to know. We want to know.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Definitely not my first video, although these were my first live streams and they were nerve-wracking. Oh my goodness. Um, but I mean, I've been a serial video person or, content creator, I guess is the way people say it now. But way before content creation was a thing, I was filming on my iPhone. I had photos, galleries, and I mean, I had so many folders of photos that I would take. It was just kind of what I did. And so years and years of developing an eye from just taking video was a big part of the professionalism that you can feel in the video. But really, it's just like through all of my work, I've had to do video for completely different clients.
Mm.
So, I started working at agencies. I got not a degree, but a certificate in art direction. So I got a certificate in art direction for like advertising. So specifically, I went to a school called the Miami Ad School. And so it focused on getting you jobs as art directors, graphic designers, etc., right in the field. And when I found out about art direction, which was this idea of a job where people just pay you to make things look and feel cool and have insights that make them meaningful, I was like, oh my gosh, I can make money doing this. All these videos and photos I've been taking, like, this is a skill set that I can use. And then it's just been full throttle since then.
That's incredible. I mean, there's a uh, I use the word professionalism, but there is a level that is just, from that typical video with your back screen. I mean, I can see it now. I see your
Yeah.
lighting, I see your beautiful plants, I see just your video. It's very authentic, but it's also, I think it shows you as a creator. And I think that comes through. And I noticed that with your channel, but I also said this is somebody that is a creator. And I want to know more about, if you could talk a little bit about your other ventures. You talked about,
Yeah.
being a creator. Your passion is in the art or in the creative background. Maybe talk a little bit about how
Mm.
that inspired you to create a Pokemon channel.
Yeah, no, great question. One of the keywords right now in like the field that I'm in is content, or I'm sorry, a creative strategist.
Mm,
So, 5 years ago, my title or what I would have liked to be called was a creative director. And a creative director's job is whether it's for a brand identity, creating logos for a brand, whether it's directing a commercial, a print ad. It's all about the insight, idea, and visual of that piece that you're creating. But that's not enough anymore. Because of this world of content creation and everyone having to be their own manager, having to have all these facets of creativity and business, that strategy part has become super integral. And so that goes beyond just what will look good and feel good, but am I even choosing the right subject that's going to resonate with the people that I want to buy or join my XYZ? And so Mindflowers, for example, is the business that I run with my partner. You can see her just a little bit right there.
Oh yeah.
Miss Olivia, she is my guiding light and incredibly talented. Our birthdays are like 6 days apart. So we're both Aquariuses, creatives. Fashion's a big part of like who we are. So that has a lot of benefits in the sense of us being able to really bounce off of each other's energy and ideas. And so Mindflowers is our small business where she leads the helm there, creating home decor pieces.
Wow.
So Mindflowers is the name, and it's basically that premise that we create little things that bring you little moments of joy. And the way that we grew that brand was social media, was just figuring out how to build community, how to take photos that people wanted to like and double click on, and then eventually how to create reels.
That's incredible. So that this is something that you created. Is this previous to COVID? Is this something that? Yeah, that's incredible.
So we've been doing Mindflowers for 7+ years, and we've had to pivot a lot. I won't focus too much on Mindflowers, but it did teach a really important lesson in that for a long time, Mindflowers was successful as like an earring brand. That was our number one thing. And then COVID happened, and everyone was home making clay earrings. So nobody was paying $50 for our acrylic, expensive handcrafted earrings when they could just make it at home. So we really had to pivot to understand that what our community wanted from us changed. They still loved our vibe and our aesthetic and the way we treated them. We just needed to adapt that product. And then Reels came out a year later. And our whole model of creating these slower paced videos, of carousels, of photo shoots, it just didn't work anymore. And when you're a business that relies 90% on your income from your social media, it's like, oh shoot, the algorithm changed and now my business can't stand afloat on its own. All you can do in that moment is, again, pivot, get creative, and figure out, all right, how does that creative strategy come in? Because we know people love us, we just aren't reaching them.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's incredible. You talk about the pivot, and I think, finding out what trends are popular. Obviously something like Pokemon has, been popular since the late 90s. And, I think what you've done with your channel is first of all, congratulations. I mean, I checked back when you started this channel. Is it true that you started it just in October of last year?
Yeah, that's when I started. Yeah.
So unbelievable. Jairo, you've got 1.82 thousand subscribers as of, I just checked it. So congratulations to you. Unbelievable. We're talking a few months. We're not talking a full year. And I can see your passion come through. I can see your desire, your authenticity, and you're building a community. So congratulations on that. Can you tell me a little bit more about your channel, the inspiration, where it started?
Totally.
Yeah,
twofold there, because I'm glad you asked about the growth, because I have paid for marketing, and it's something that I'm excited to talk about. By marketing, I say promoted posts, so I'll get into that. But really, the channel started because I finally decided I was going to get back into Pokemon. I found a few of my cards in our basement. I've moved around a lot, originally from Miami, and now I'm in St. Louis and 20 places in between. So to find these like 20 or so cards was just this really cool moment. As a kid, I didn't get to collect that much because I'm a first generation American. So my parents They came from Colombia, Cuba. We didn't really have money for Pokemon cards, but we sure wanted them, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so when I found these cards and I decided, you know what, maybe it's time to get into the hobby. I can afford a few packs, you know, so let's just give it a shot. And then it's just in my nature that I love documenting, you know, and that's what I love about YouTube and why I don't post on TikTok or Instagram or like try to do other platforms. I love the idea that YouTube can be whatever you want it to be. Maybe it's just a personal journey, right? I'm sorry, journal, where you're just putting up videos of your collection and what you're, yeah, the cards that you like, and maybe you're just live streaming because you want to hang out with 20 people and actually talk to them. Because Deep Pocket Monster, I love him to death, but he doesn't get to talk to his subscribers in his lives, right?
Yeah.
It's a different output. And so I just really love that YouTube can be any of those things. And so I decided, you know what? I have no one around me who's going to get into Pokemon with me. Because bless my amazing, gorgeous, wonderful girlfriend, but she is not collecting with me. No chance. So I figured, you know what? I know how to make community online. So let's start there. And then, yeah, I mean, the art, this is where the strategy comes in is, again, honestly, it's weird doing these podcasts because I always feel like I talk too much. But the point of this is for me to talk, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a funny dichotomy right now. But when I decided I was going to do the YouTube channel, I knew that I wanted it to be something that could grow and reach a lot of people. And it was a chance for me to test something. I've grown social for my small business. I've grown social for my startup that I'm part of called Groove Time. I've helped a few brands and a few restaurants start their socials. I've done a lot for everyone else. So then the question became, well, then if it's me, if I'm the center, if there's no one I have to tell the idea to, is my, you know, is what I think right? Like, is it going to work? And so basically it all just started as me wanting to prove that. And it has been really heartwarming that it is working. People join the live streams, and it doesn't matter how many join, but people come back. And I think you probably know this more than most people, that that's the best feeling, is like, you were here last week and the week before. And so that's just a really special connection that I actually didn't even expect when I started the channel. I didn't think I was going to live stream at all, but I started joining your streams and I was like, wait, I could hang out with people. People will design with me. And yeah, it's just taken off since then.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, I think the authenticity that you have, you know, the ability for you to create community is so so natural for you, I think, and you're so welcoming. You're very gracious. You put people at ease. So I think that's something that naturally
Thank you.
translates to the camera, and that's why I honestly was like, hold on, I need to do more research about you because I get this sense that you know, you talk about, you know, being an artist and a creator, and I was like looking for your other channel that had, you know,
Mm,
1 million subscribers, and this was your Pokemon channel. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
and I honestly see that in you. Like I talk about this on the live stream, but I see in you that a person, and again, I just put numbers out there. Numbers really don't mean anything. I think there's very successful people that have 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, whatever
Yeah.
that number is. But I see that in you because I can see that authenticity coming through. And so I just know this is just the beginning for you, because it does translate. I mean, that warmth, that natural ability to connect comes through, and I know you know that, but I just wanted to share that with you. That I thought for sure. I was like, oh my gosh, Dex Hunt, who I need to Google you. I need to find out. And so I'm excited that you're on YouTube. I mean, I know the Reels was working for you. I know Instagram was working for you, but I'm so excited for you that you're taking the time to do something for yourself. I mean, that's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It has been so fun, and it's a really nice problem that the channel is having, which is I don't have enough time for it. You know, like my idea bank of videos is 40, 50 plus now. And I'm cranking them out one per week, maybe if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice place to be. And yeah, YouTube has just given back a lot already, at 1.8. Like it's just incredible and something I didn't expect. When I first started, I did, because I do so much from a business lens on social. Right when I started, I was like, okay, I know I have to get over 1,000 views per video. I have to get over 10,000 subscribers. And I had all these numbers and ideas in my head because that's when like it would work. And then, we're less than 1,000 subscribers and already made friends, already had people coming back to the stream multiple times and getting that community. That was the whole point. So yeah, YouTube is a really cool place that has given even more than I expected.
Yeah, I mean, and talk about the ideas. I mean, it's one of these things, obviously probably when you're, going to sleep at night, when you're in the shower, when you're
Yeah.
walking. I don't know if you have any pets, but when I walk my
Oh
dogs,
yeah.
I get lots of ideas. Maybe talk about, some things that you would maybe like to see this year for your channel. Maybe if you could share some ideas as far as content. Also, I want to segue into obviously
Yeah.
Team Rocket.
Woo.
I have watched some of your videos
Oh,
on
cool.
creating designs for Team Rocket, and talk a little bit about that too.
Oh yeah, thank you. Definitely happy to share any of the ideas. They're not mine, so they're everyone's. If anyone wants to also make them, I would love to see that. 5 versions of the same video. But the Team Rocket thing, oh, I'm so glad that we did that because for a while I had a different format where it was more random. We would just spin a wheel and it would choose a Pokemon and then choose a design. But I was getting so stressed doing those because just this expectation I set for myself. And then it just became this thing that I kind of became scared of. So I said, you know what? These live streams are just about hanging out with people and having fun. So what do I love to do? It's design. Design is, I'll sit at this baby, my desk all day and just like plug away at this beautiful computer. Um, and so why not do the same thing? Instead of designing for my startup or for Mindflowers, let's just design for Team Rocket because no one else is.
Yeah.
Or the ones that are, I don't know if the level's high enough yet,
Yeah.
but it's been really fun and really cool to get input. I firmly believe that that's how ideas work. Rick Rubin talks about this. A lot of people talk about this concept that there's ideas float up here and we just kind of reach or they fall onto us. I really believe that, and so to see that in action in the live stream where someone recommends something and it transforms the visual, it's really special, and it's people who usually start the stream by saying, "Oh, I'm not creative. Oh, I can't do this. I wish I could do this," and then they drop some knowledge or some idea, and I'm like, "You see." Um, so that's the other really cool part about the channel and why I have this idea and this hook of art and design, um, because I was deeply a victim of imposter syndrome
Hmm.
for a very, very long time. I went to design school, I mean, art direction, but design was a big part of it. I've been working on Photoshop and GIMP since I was 12 years old. Until I was 28 years old, I wouldn't call myself a designer.
Hmm.
Like I got uncomfortable when people said that because I just told myself it was beyond my skill set or just these things that we tell ourselves. And thankfully, we made my way through that partially because of my incredible partner who just believes in me so much. And now I just want to unlock that in everyone. It's like, don't, these little barriers that we put ourselves in, these little boxes, we can all do so much. There's not creative people and non creative.
Hmm.
Like, that's just a lie. And these live streams are proof of that.
Yeah, I get inspired. I tried to say this every day, but I get inspired by you. I get inspired by this community. Watching your videos, watching either a YouTube short or long form video, I get inspired. I mean, I want you to know
Yeah.
that you are inspiring a lot of people, and I think that the awesome part of community and what you're building with community is you know, you're allowing people to kind of tap into something they may not have known they had, or an
Yeah,
interest, right? I mean, it's almost like going back to school, elementary school, or you know, you're free to explore and try something. And I love that
exactly.
about your channel, and that you're allowing people to kind of, you know, not take a risk, but allowing them to tap into something maybe they haven't done before. And also, here's another part that I absolutely love that you're doing is you're creating creators. Like you are inspiring creators, right? You're inspiring
Yes.
somebody to maybe just do something and maybe start creating on their own, which is really cool. Was that something that you realized would happen? Maybe talk about some of the things that come out of live streaming for you, like that.
Yeah, 100%. In my 10-year plan, I definitely want to be an educator of some sort. I really I like the idea of gaining more expertise. Again, that imposter syndrome of never feeling ready to be a teacher. But we're working through it. But in 10 years, I hope to help young kids learn graphic design and learn how to express themselves through art because it's a tool. Creation is a tool that people can use to get through so many things. So it's definitely a big part of where I want the channel to go and why when I realized I could do live streams from day one, I knew that it was not going to be me just opening packs because it wasn't authentic to what I was bringing to the table. I knew that I could use it as an opportunity to just talk about my process. And if in that process people ask questions and value my opinion, oh, great, then I'll share it with you. I try not to give advice or opinions unless they're asked, but I always welcome them. And it's really incredible to see that people are joining the Discord and sharing their video ideas with us. Um, Sometimes they'll DM me because they're afraid someone will, take their idea or something. And that's even cooler because it means it's precious to them. It means that they care about it and they want it to succeed. And you use the word risk, but you're totally right. Risk is what it feels like to share something that you thought of and put it out there for everyone to either agree or disagree. It's a scary thing. So hopefully we continue making a place where it's not scary. And that's why I try to do this thing where unless it's totally unhinged, we try anything.
Yeah.
If you have a good idea or if you think you have a good idea, let's plop it in there. Maybe we do need 5 Pokemon in this poster, even though we said it was going to be a 1 Pokemon poster. What do I
Right.
know?
Right.
Um, and that variability is great.
So tell us, Hyro, about your channel goals. I mean, 1.82 as of right now, huge accomplishment. What would you like to see for 2025, the rest of 2025? We'll start there, and maybe talk numbers as far as subscribers, maybe talk about some content ideas. And then you also feel free, please, because we've got a lot of people. You're inspiring a lot of people right now with the podcast, telling us about what has been working for you. Maybe talk
Mm,
about you know, some things that you are excited about for 2025, whether it's short videos. Obviously, YouTube really loves pushing out shorts, similar to TikTok. And what are some ideas that you're you know, excited about?
yeah. You know, I have put away the idea of having a subscriber number in mind for the year because we just really don't, I just don't know. And if I put a number on it, there's a limit, in my head. Maybe it's less than half of what I think it's going to be, but maybe it's 10 times more.
Yep.
So, if we continue anywhere near this rate and I'm putting out 1 video a week, I'd be incredibly grateful to continue down this path and maybe have 10,000 at the end of the year. That would be, if I, put a number behind it, that's what it would be. But I think we could also do way more if enough people tap in. And that's the power of YouTube Shorts. And this is the way that I see the creation process. Because while I am creating for myself, I do love YouTube because it's a game. Learning the algorithm incredibly hard, and it changes all the time. So there's no point learning the algorithm, but learning how to tell stories is everything on YouTube. And I'm taking a lot of courses right now and a lot of just soaking as much information as I can, which I also share those videos on Discord for anyone that wants them. I don't know how to tell a incredibly compelling 20-second story just yet. I think I've done an okay job. I look at the videos I've done and I'm proud of them, but I see ways that they can be better. And so in my head, and when I think of the goals for the channel, I want to create incredible 20-second stories. That's my first goal. Then I want to create incredible 45-second stories. And then just keep going up. How long can I continue learning how to tell better and better stories that people will watch? Colin and Samir, incredible creators on YouTube. They do podcasts where they interview other creators, tips. It's such an amazing resource. They have one of their 3 rules of YouTube is to respect people's time. And that sticks with me so much. I mean, anyone who has a kid is a superhero. Like, I don't have time I feel like I'm short on time. And parents are just absolutely incredible because I don't know where you guys find the time, and props to every single person who's ever had a child. But people's time is really important. And so I always think about respecting people's time and how much value I can give them per second, per minute, per everything. And so, yeah, so that's really the way that I structure this. And so that reflects in some of the video ideas that I have that I'm just pulling up now so I can kind of read a few of them if you're down.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
And part of the point here is like, I really just want to keep exploring. I know what's kind of working, the art highlights, and I really love doing those. So those will be a staple. But I like the idea of like, how do I include fashion more into this? Because I love fashion. My partner has a degree in fashion design. So one of the series that I want to start is creating an outfit based on a Pokemon card. And so just like a very simple get ready with me style video, but like, what if I use Pokemon Go's augmented reality feature to bring the Pokemon into the scene, screen record that, and then overlay myself. So it's kind of like I'm getting ready with the Pokemon right next to me.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I think that could be kind of fun.
Yes.
Had to fix the light. So that's one example of something that I don't know how successful it'll be, but definitely something I'm just creatively excited to try. Let's see. Oh, card party. So of course, big fan of Deep Pocket Monster.
Yep.
And with this theme of live streams that take more than one round, what if one of my specialties as a designer is brand identity? That's the heart of what I am really great at. And so what if we create Card Party brand for their 2026 convention, which hasn't been announced yet or anything?
Yeah.
So just a mock one. But I think that could be fun. You create a logo, ID cards, mock-up banisters. Like, there's so much there that you could have fun doing.
Absolutely.
And then diving into the education part, you know, the trick and the beauty of what YouTube has, or so many YouTube creators have been great at doing, is figuring out how to teach people without teaching people. Right? People don't necessarily want to sit and learn on YouTube, but if you can entertain them while they're learning, that's that gold standard. Sorry. So with that, I want to lean into the art a little bit more and figuring out how do we share more about art with people. The more you democratize art, the more people feel like they're artists. And that's the goal. You know, going back to what we said, right? Everyone is a creative. Everyone can be an artist. Being an artist is a decision. And so videos where we highlight techniques, pointillism, psychedelic design, right? Which everyone knows is psychedelic Pokemon cards. Why some Pokemon cards have, why some Pokemon are really small on Pokemon cards, right? Just breaking down why artists make the decisions that they do.
Yeah.
But how do you make that entertaining? That's what I'm excited about, that creative problem. How do I tell a really awesome story that's 20 seconds long that teaches someone what pointillism is and why it matters to know?
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of like a YouTube short, right? I think that's inspiring because, so many people, you just have a finite amount of time, 20 seconds, 45 seconds. But I think starting
Yeah,
with 20 seconds, I think you're amazing at telling a story, because I know I can already see that through whether it's a live stream, but it's simply a YouTube short is just simply a shorter live stream. But
yeah,
if you can make that happen, I think it makes sense to go to the 45 seconds, 1 minute, or have that be the redirect to a long form video, right? Where they
exactly.
could learn more about creating art, or if they're interested, check out, some other videos that you have. I want to know more about, this partnership you have with your girlfriend to have a
Mhm.
physical product. Are you chomping at the bit? Like, do you have this deep desire to create something physical for your channel, to offer your community, maybe something for sale? Have you thought about venturing into that at all?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you're designing merch and the merch is pretty cool, it's kind of hard not to be faced with the question of, can I buy this?
Mm,
And it is something I'm wrestling with because I like that I don't make money off of this.
mm.
It's I want to put more time into it, and so the adult reality is that it is going to need to create some sort of income to continue to take some part of my time. But I don't know. I shudder at the idea right now because I do just want to give.
Mm.
I don't want to take. Um, that's that's never going to be what this channel is about. And so, yeah, I don't know. I also want to make this merch because it's awesome and we all made it together. And so I think that there's a middle ground there that I need to find because it's also become so easy to commodify these designs. Printify is a service that I love to use, not sponsored. And
Not yet, anyway. No.
hey, fingers crossed, that'd be awesome. So it's like, why not, right? If I can post my design somewhere, we all buy it, and maybe we buy it for a very at cost or a little bit more just to handle the process. Nobody needs to make money here, but I would die to see people walking around with merch that Dex
Yeah.
Hub created.
I mean, not, I get inspired by you. I just want to know if that's not clear yet. But if I had your
Thanks, Scott.
skill set, if I had your skill set, I would be wanting to create a lot of things. And what um, I think would be fun, just an idea. Just, I'm not trying to pitch
Yes,
you an idea,
please.
but I'm like, hey, if I'm Hyro, I would be doing this. But, uh, you know, I'm not sure what the cost is because obviously you don't want to be in the hole on, printing out multiple things. But if your community creates something together with you, you print that out and you sell it to at least cover your costs. That as a video would be incredible. That as a 45
Yeah.
second clip or a 30-second clip would be incredible because I'd want to watch more. I'd be like, whoa,
Mm,
what is this? Where do I get this shirt or whatever, this hat, this
right.
mug? And then this is so unique. And then I could see, obviously I am really envious and jealous right now. I have no creative ability, but I could see you really taking, maybe do that once a week, once a month, whatever. But that is really fun. And again, I don't know what the cost
Yeah.
for something like that is, but that would be cool.
No, I 100% agree. And part of why, especially with the posters, which is really, really simple to share, um, I give people the downloads already. So anyone who wants, not only do I give the downloads so that they can print it themselves, but I also give the PSD file. So if you're a young creator and you just want to mess around and see how I structure my files, that's there for you already as well. So I have pieces already there, but honestly, it's the time investment. That I need to put into it to just do that setup work. And I've done it a few times, right? I have businesses, so I know to do it well and to make sure you handle everything. Because the moment, and you know this, the moment you start shipping things out, you also have to be ready for the messages that come in when it just doesn't go well or it just doesn't go right.
Yep.
Um, And that's something that takes more time than people think. Just writing, I timed it the other week because I'm a little obsessive. I spent 32 minutes just writing addresses out on envelopes, you
That's
know?
right. Yeah.
And that's real time. That's real time that I have to calculate. So
Yep.
the only problem with my channel is I want to put 10 times more time into it. But I do have to focus on mind powers and groove time because we are in one of those pivotal moments. The algorithms have changed. Social media isn't what it was in 2024, definitely not what it was in 2023. And we've got employees behind me. We've got rent to cover, and so I have that creative problem to solve. And then when I can step away, I'm like, okay, let's talk art. Let's build Team Rocket merch
Yeah.
because it's my little escape.
Yeah. I mean, I think, it's one of those things. I think we both can agree you could do this 24/7. If we didn't need sleep, this is so much
Yes,
fun. Obviously,
totally.
if I had any of your skill set, I would be, creating merch and doing other things too. But I, you know, I would love for you to share more, since you
Mm,
have a background in creating brands, helping create
yeah,
social media presence. What are some trends you're seeing for 2025? Specifically, what do you think would help content creators out there? What are some things that you think, if you did have that time, what would you be doing for your own channel? I mean, if you were
yeah.
like, I'm Hyro, I want to start a channel right now. What would you recommend? What socials would you recommend? What do you think would work for somebody?
Absolutely. Oh, I'm glad I get to share this because I've definitely been deep in education mode. So, the number one thing I think for YouTube, we hit on this a little bit already. So it's very simple. It's the first step is making sure you understand what you want from this. And I don't mean subscriber counts. There's so many surprises on this journey that you can't account for. But what is the goal? Are you truly trying to build a community? Do you want to go full-time creator and monetize right away, or as soon as possible? Are you just making this a visual journal of your Pokemon collection? And if people gravitate towards you along the way, that's fine, right? You have to really be honest with yourself about where you sit in that line, just for the starting place, because it's going to shift. But know where you're starting from, and then you take the next step, which is, okay, if I'm committed to this and my goal is to grow, first thing that I did, I just brought it up so I can look at it, is I made myself write a description
Hmm.
of what the Pokemon channel is. What is it that I want to do with this channel? Dive into the world of Pokemon art like never before, going beyond the thrill of just pulling rare cards, but really celebrating the beauty, design, and creativity that makes the Pokemon universe so unique. From analyzing color palettes to illustration styles and exploring the intricate visual details, it's all about showcasing the magic of art and design behind every card.
I love it.
That was my first
Love
step.
it. Yep. Perfect.
And I went through 10 versions of that before it got there. So you're not going to just type and, it's not going to be glowing lights behind you of inspiration.
Yeah.
It took me 2 weeks maybe to get to that bit, but that was the first thing I did. And so once I did that, which is what is your channel description, then I said, who is my audience? Because the rule of YouTube, again, Colin and Samir, I'll plug them all day. I think they're incredible. Rule number one of YouTube: if they don't click, they don't watch.
Hmm.
So you have to ask yourself, what does my audience want to see? And how am I differentiating from the 50 videos, especially in the Pokemon world,
Hmm.
right? What we're posting about is so cyclical. Everyone's posting Journey Together, everyone's posting Prismatic. So what sets your video apart, right? Just opening Prismatic, amazing pools, opening Prismatic. Can anyone write that title, or is that unique to you? That's a
Correct.
really important question that you have to ask yourself. And so when you do that audience audit, you figure out how to get there. So I'll read a real quick bit of my audience audit that I did. So define your YouTube audience. is your audience professionals or consumers?
Mm.
What does your YouTube audience do for work? What do they do for fun? How old are they? Are they budget conscious? Now, who is not in your YouTube audience? And then you do that, you plug and play, you literally draw this out. And once you figure that out, then I segmented my audience. And this is where it can get so analytical, guys, but don't get overwhelmed. I'm going to stop there because that's all you need to start with. But that's what it's all about, right? It's like anything in life. The more time and energy you put into something, the more it's usually going to succeed with outside circumstances, out of the picture.
Yeah.
It's just simple.
Yeah.
It's a compound effect. And so I really did the work in the beginning of knowing who I want. Segment 1, art and design enthusiasts. Segment 2, Pokemon card collectors, et cetera, et cetera. And then I said, okay, now how do I talk to these people? How do I tell stories that excite them? Okay, nostalgia. I know that I can hit on nostalgia because it's authentic to me. I'm a 90s kid. Really quick, short anecdote. I'll never forget. Toys R Us, Pokemon cards are out. They just introduced gift cards for the first time ever. This is the first time that gift cards were in store. We thought we were getting the gifts from Toys R Us.
Oh.
So we grab a gift card, we grab Pokemon packs, we lay down the gift card, we start opening up the packs, and then we find out that you have to pay for the gift cards, and we have to give all the cards back.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
And I'll never forget myself, but also I'll never forget that I pulled a Holo Gengar and I did not give back.
Oh, wow.
I took that baby home with me. I think I was like 8 or 9 years old, but maybe a little older, but I'll never forget the sadness of not knowing what a gift card was. And once we learned,
Totally. I love that. Oh my gosh. When you're 8, absolutely. That's just the best. I got a gift card. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a core Pokemon memory for me, and that Gengar, which is why Gengar is still one of my favorites.
Do you still have that card?
Oh, I wish. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, not long gone. They're in some crumpled binders somewhere.
Yeah. Now, do you have a personal collection right now of your own?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got a couple?
The way that I've structured it right now is I build my budget and then I split it in half. Half of it goes to me collecting, and the other half goes to the live streams, the giveaways, and anything that I can secure for the streams. And so I've definitely built up a little bit of a collection. Very, very happy. I keep looking down because they're right there, but not like I'm going to show you all of them right now.
Yeah, but that's good. You do have a personal collection, and I think that's important to separate it. Now, maybe share with us a little bit, is it, something where, you are very deliberate about, what is going to be given away versus what you're going to keep? I mean, everybody has a budget, right? And so is it tough for you right now? Talk to us about, trying to find Pokemon. Obviously 2025 right now, and you said you live in Kansas City. I would imagine trying to find anything in the wild is a challenge.
Yeah. I'm in St. Louis right now.
Or St. Louis?
I know AOB is Kansas City, which I just found out. That's awesome to know we have a cousin so close.
Yeah.
Because that's 4 hours from St. Louis. But yeah, so Pokemon cards, to be honest, because I work remote, because I work from home or from my studio, I'm on Pokemon Center whenever I want. Yeah. And so I have been really grateful and thankful that I've gotten a lot from pre-orders. So Journey Together, I have a lot coming. It's the most I've ever gotten for a set. The first booster box I ever get. And so I'm really excited to get that going and to give most of that away to the community, because the way I've structured my collecting is right now my main goal is getting 151 cards.
Wow.
So I love the original 151, obviously. And so slowly I'm trying to just get every illustration rare or special illustration rare that is a 151. So that's my main goal. Side goal, I'm doing a Mew master set. That's going to take so long because putting hundreds of dollars into one card is just not a thing right now.
Yes, it gets expensive quick.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And that's why it's also fun to pull these packs and know that a lot of the hits can go to the community because I know what I'm searching for. I'm not just endlessly opening packs. I'm looking for Muse and I'm looking for the original 151. If I get something crazy, which hasn't happened yet, maybe I'll want it. But it's if it's on a stream and we pull it, it's so exciting when somebody else gets the pull. I'm sure you know. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah. Yes.
I say a little blessing to the envelope before it goes out because
Yep.
just so cool when it goes to someone else.
Yep. Absolutely. I love it. A lot of people, yeah, I meet people all the time, and especially when I had my card shop, the stories of people,
Yeah.
moving or grandma threw away the cards, mom threw away the cards,
Oh man.
the cards were stolen. I mean, lost it through natural disaster. So we, unfortunately, people, have lost their collection over time. But
Yeah.
just to get that one vintage card brings back a flood of memories, and I
Oh
love
yeah.
that. I love it, love it, love it. Especially, helping people rebuild is just truly, incredible. And
Yeah.
and
A
the
hundred
artwork
percent.
for them, it brings back a flood of memories, and that's what I love, as well as the fact that this is an international community, right? So
Yeah.
there's, many parts of the world where just getting access to cards is really almost impossible. I mean, I feel
Totally.
unbelievably blessed that, I've got card shops I can go to. We've got a
Hmm.
Walmart, we've got a Target, but there's many parts of the country or parts of the world where you don't have that, right? And
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah,
And it's something that when I think about monetizing the channel, that is something that I think about because I had to switch my giveaways to be Canada and Mexico only. Because even that, I mean, I sent one package to Mexico last week that was $18 just the one. Um, and I sent something to New Zealand that was $42. And it was an envelope. Oh no, it was a padded envelope. But
yeah.
nonetheless, I was like, okay, I don't have the budget for this. And so when push comes to shove, I want to keep doing this. Well, maybe I will make a membership and just literally have an account for shipping costs.
Yeah.
Because you're right, like, and that's the beauty of art and Pokemon, right? That it can connect across so many boundaries and so many borders.
Yeah.
My Spanish heritage is a big part of who I am and something that I'm exploring through Pokemon and trying to include my language and some of my culture and hopefully find some other Spanish speakers who want to talk shop with me because I need them.
Yeah, no, I think that's inspiring. I mean, we being an international community, I often wonder, where people are from, and I kind of start collecting pins right now. I only have two, but
Yeah, I
I think
know.
that's fun. Like, I want to know where people are from, and obviously it costs money to ship a pin, but I just love that, and it speaks to
Yeah,
your community aspect of we have that ability to find out more about people, and I think that's important, right? Because time is
absolutely.
money, and people are invested in taking time to be part of your community, and I think that's awesome that you can reach them,
Yeah.
um, through your channel.
It's literally it's been the best part. It's just so funny because the live streaming was not at all the plan. I thought I was going to be editing long form videos day one, but then I was just like, you know what? Let's try live streaming, and it is incredible. Yeah, the feeling of letting of people deciding I'm going to spend time with you, and 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes it's just no matter the number, it doesn't
Yeah,
get old.
yeah. Now tell me about who inspires you. You've talked about a couple channels. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but
Mm.
what are some channels maybe you've watched in the past, or what are you watching right now? Obviously there's probably some bigger channels, but where do you get your inspiration from as a content creator, that are just some fun places that you go, or it doesn't have to be Pokemon related, but you talk about maybe somebody business or marketing wise.
Yeah, awesome. And I'm just gonna pull them up so I make sure I know the names. So since you said, you know, marketing and branding wise, I'll start with someone that I was just watching right before our conversation, um, because he talks a lot about art direction,
Okay.
and that's something very important to being a brand today and standing out. And whether you're I'm sorry, brand isn't even the right word. If you're a creator, you have to know how to fully present yourself. And so, Oren meets world.
Okay.
Oren meets world. His description: the internet's creative director. And he just does great breakdowns of who's doing what successfully right now, and nothing teaches like examples. I've read 50 books on marketing, and a lot of them have had great information, but the information I've taken in the most is like, oh, that brand did this and it worked great. What insight led to it doing great? Not, you know, can I copy it frame for frame, but what was the idea and how do I make that idea work for myself? He's a great person to go to for understanding how to do that. So Oren Meets World, great, and not a big channel, 51,000 subscribers. Obviously, you know, that's impressive, but not huge. So that's one that I really enjoy. Colin and Samir was one I spoke about that I really enjoy as well. Ryan Trahan, I watched all his videos. One, because he's amazing. He's such a good-hearted person and young kid. But secondly, he's a master storyteller.
Mm.
And I watched an interview that he did with Colin and Samir, and everything is planned in his videos. And so knowing that, you know, getting behind that curtain just really shows you the little decisions that you need to make to tell powerful stories. And so he's great at that. Let's see, there was one, I'm forgetting his name, but he has been blowing up right now. Preston, that's what I thought. Preston Goes.
Okay.
Preston Goes is another creator. He is an engineer, or I'm sorry, he's not an engineer, but he takes on engineering projects, and that's kind of his thing. Wannabe engineer, wannabe singer, pro fun haver. That's his description.
Yeah, I like it.
It's so much fun. He makes all his own music, so to bring comedic relief, he'll just make up a song and record it, and there's auto tune. So creative, so much commitment to the idea. And that's what that channel teaches me. So those are a few non-Pokemon. It's funny because with Pokemon, it's harder because I have so much affinity for so many small accounts that are now my friends.
Yeah.
Kev PokeGhost, I love what he's doing. You know, he's building a community slowly and with intention. His videos are also about art. He talks a lot about the common cards and what makes their art unique. So I love watching his videos when I get a chance. I find Shiny Vert to be hysterical.
Yep.
Polarizing character, but I love it. That's what YouTube is about, is personalities. Powder TCG, he's an icon. That is, talk about being your authentic self and like take it or leave it. I love it. His commitment to himself, to his humor, to his comedy, great channel. Can I say Rocket Scott? Those live streams are lit.
Not that guy.
Hey, I was in the Discord today. When you're not live, we're like, what do we do with our day? What was life before Rocket streams? So props to you. It is really a great place to be. And then I have some Spanish channels that I watch, but I can share those later with the community too.
I mean, speak about your own community, your channel. You want to give a shout out to anybody if you have any moderators, if you have people that have just, you know, stood out to you. I know you probably have many, but some people that you just want to say thanks to and give them a big shout out for coming
Absolutely.
and consistently being part of Dex Hunt.
Yes, super appreciate anyone that shows up. But when, like I said, when people come back, you don't forget that. And so PokeDad Dan, he's been with me, I think, since day one. Definitely since the first live stream. He may remember how he even found my account, but he's been really awesome part of the community. He's my first mod in the Discord. Always sharing ideas with me, always down to hear my ideas. We've traded a few cards. And that is a man that does not have a lot of time. He's a loving father of 5 kids.
Wow.
And to have any of his time just feels like an honor. And so Pokedad Dan, I really appreciate everything that he's done for me. And his kids join the stream, his wife joins the stream, and that just is like, yeah, I love it. So definitely Pokedad Dan. Kev, I mentioned, our favorite ghost already, but he's my first YouTube mod. He's just an amazing part of the community. You know this.
Yep.
So authentic.
Yep.
And yeah, just such a kind soul. So really appreciate having his presence, and a poet. He writes a lot of the music that is in his videos.
Wow.
So don't sleep on that.
I love that. I thank you. I need to highlight that next opportunity.
Yes.
I just love what Kev does with his artist appreciation series. I think
Totally.
I love that about content creators is finding something that they are passionate about and inspires them and sharing it with others, because that's the beauty of YouTube, right? I mean, you might think,
Exactly.
hey, maybe am I the only person that likes this? And then you're like, oh no, there's like 5 million other people that like that too, right?
Yeah. And people who don't even know they like it yet because they've never seen it until you present it to them.
That's right.
And then they're like, oh, okay, now I like it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, so many names. Marshall, he's been in a lot of the streams, always giving great ideas.
Yep.
No
Shout out Marshall. He's our the creative genius, the international treasure. Yeah.
Yes, Marshall's amazing. ALB has been coming to the streams as well, always with a bit of humor. Love having him in the chat. Shark Alex has been a big fan. Clay. Zach hasn't missed, I don't know if he's missed any streams. Shout out to Zach. He has been awesome. He knows I don't know how to say his last name, so I won't try, but we know who Zach is.
Yeah, Zach K. Yeah.
Yes, Zach K, exactly. Yeah, there's so many that on the spot I'm forgetting that are just a treasure. But if I remember, I'll just shout out the name in a few minutes.
So right now, I mean, you're doing so much. So much is on your plate. You have your business. You are doing this YouTube with Dex Hunt. What can you maybe tell us a little bit more about how much time you dedicate, or are you able to dedicate to Dex Hunt right now? And because a lot of people want to know, if I've got 1.82 thousand subscribers, how does that happen? Like, is that something? Is it 5 hours a week? Is it 10 hours a week? And maybe talk about what you would like to get to. I know it's a balancing act. I know there's but you seem to really be, it took 32 minutes to ship out your mail. So
yeah, I love the analytics. I mean, and this is again where it's like, I know what I want from YouTube. I think I have something that can bring value to a lot of people. So there's no, I can be humble and say that. I think that I can get 1 million subscribers. So that's the long-term goal, and getting there is just a matter of not being in a rush and believing in the content you're making. So why I say that is because I mentioned before that I have paid to promote some of my posts. And this is a really purposeful thing that I want people to understand is a fantastic lever. YouTube doesn't even share how many videos get uploaded per day to their platform. It's millions. 50% of YouTube videos get less than 400 views. 1%, which comes out to 16 million or so videos, don't get any views.
Wow.
So you have to know what you're up against, and you have to know that YouTube is a business, and a business is very simple. You invest in me, I'll invest in you. Why should I show your content to my 50 million people? How can I trust that you're going to respect their time, right? And those other rules. And so I use promoted post as a way to do two things: up my subscribers and tell YouTube I'm invested in their platform. So the main part of this, though, is you can only promote posts that you believe in. So I have only promoted 2 videos, and it's the videos that I believed were the closest to what I want to be creating, not what did the best, but what I want to make. and that was, I'm going to it now just so I can give you guys
Yeah, no,
full
this is
data.
fascinating.
So I did a video. These rare Pokemon cards have a secret, and that was a video about connecting card arts. I put $20 behind that, and that $20 was towards the goal of audience growth. And that's the beautiful thing about it, is that you can tell YouTube, hey, find people who are going to want to watch the full video and subscribe.
Hmm.
They have an option for views. I could care less. A view is 3 seconds of your video, nothing.
Yeah.
So I said, find people who want to subscribe. And so for $20, I got 294 subscribers
Whoa. Wow.
because I
Wow.
believed in that video, right?
Yeah.
And when you break down the cost of that per person, and what you end up paying for that subscriber, that gets us $1. No, that's the wrong math. I'm nervous. 0.06 cents per person to
Wow.
subscribe to you,
That's
right?
incredible.
And so I'm able to help YouTube know who to share my stuff to. I get to I get to grow my subscribers, which means more people join the live stream, more people are part of the conversation, right? And seeing that creativity. And the other video was the Wailord Rare Illustration Pokemon card, where I did a deep dive of Wailord, which is my my chase card in Journey Together, by the way.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to pull that
Yeah.
card. I really hope I pull it.
Yeah.
I put $30 behind that one. I did 20 and then it went so well that I did it again. But for $30, that one has given me 451 subscribers.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So then you think about it, right?
Yeah.
I'm spending X amount of dollars per live stream giving away cards. Why are we giving away cards? For the community, to show them that we value their time, to give back to them, and to convince other people that we're worth growing. And so I see it as spending the same thing. If I'll spend $20 on packs to give to people during live streams, every once in a while, put $20 behind your channel, which you're working so hard to grow, and tell YouTube, hey, I believe in this video. This is what represents my channel. Send it out.
Yeah.
Because 700 of my 1.8 subscribers came because I was willing to spend $50 within 6 months.
And
it's
were
not
these
that much money.
No, absolutely not. I mean, compared to the price of a pack of cards right now, like $6+,
Yeah.
especially for Journey Together. But are these YouTube shorts? Are they long form videos that you?
YouTube shorts. Yeah, they're just YouTube shorts because that's the number one way to bring in subscribers.
Yeah.
You're not going to grow your channel if you're focused on long form. I'm sorry. You're not going to grow your channel as quickly if all you're doing is long form. And live streaming, as much as I love it, is also not how channels grow, because live streams are about nurture, not discovery. And so that's something that I'm still learning how to do.
Yeah.
I have been very bad about taking my live streams and turning them into short form content. It kind of overwhelms me because you've got 3 hours of footage and you're like, okay, 20-second video.
Yeah.
What?
I got to let you know, I personally struggle with that as well because, you know, my personality is I'm much more of a listener than I am, you know, active on camera. So it's actually, if we met in person, this is how I am in person. I love to just ask you a question and I could listen to you for an hour. But then to go back and listen to me for another, I mean, some of my live streams are 7 hours long.
Yeah.
To go back and watch that and to cut it up into short form, I should be doing that, but I don't. And I need some way to automate this. I don't know if there's a software, but you're absolutely right because you know, whatever hit card you're pulling, whether or not you know, there was a fun interaction with somebody on the screen, maybe you got a raid. There's lots of opportunities, right, to capture that for your community and just to share out with others and for growth opportunities as well. But I certainly think you're keen in on, you know, that growth opportunity for you because you know you know, how do you go out and replicate that, right? Obviously Wailord being a chase card, you could do that with Articuno, you could do that with a lot of different cards,
right?
and kind of break down the artwork as well. And it's all about telling that story. So I think, and then once you figure out, you could let us all know once you figure out the YouTube algorithm this month. You could share that with
Right.
us. On
Yeah.
We'll pay for that.
Yeah. That would be great. Would love that. Um, because it is a journey, and it's just like design. It's all an experiment. And that's why, I love that you always encourage people to just start. It can feel overwhelming to hear my side of things, of the analytics, and have a description, know your audience. It's overwhelming. There's no way around that. But that doesn't mean you can't just start, because I put out 65 videos and 30 of them are just me pulling cards,
Mhm.
right? They're me just pulling, because it's hard. It's hard to create new, exciting content that tells great stories. So don't focus on that and put your pressure on like creating this viral video. I do not want my videos to go viral. I just want to see that people are watching them. I love, more than the views, is going into the analytics and looking at where people leave,
Yeah,
because that's where I find out how to tell a better story.
yeah.
And that's what I'm chasing. I want that flat line.
Absolutely. No, I think that's critical. And that is great that you're looking at the analytics too, because I think many people don't. I did not for a long, long time. I actually avoided it
Yeah.
because I did. I know I can, part of me wants to focus on that. And again, I truthfully say just one new subscriber a day, and I'm thrilled. But
Yeah.
again, especially for somebody who's just starting out a channel, if you're focused on some of those analytics, it can be heartbreaking. I mean, especially if you're trying to get 50 subscribers, 10 subscribers, and then to see
Mm,
maybe YouTube took one away. Maybe talk about that.
yeah.
You know,
100%.
uh, you know, you're um, you're human, but also, um, talk about some things that maybe you've had to overcome for your channel, that or some things that maybe some others are maybe going through.
No, absolutely. I do think this is a really important piece, and it all, this is what I love about creativity, is that it really does all connect, um, of just seeing it all as a big experiment and making sure you're okay with the idea of iteration. Because I have put out now maybe 5 videos that take what 6 videos that have taken what we did on the live stream and made it into a short. And out of those six, 5 of them have, even up to this day, gotten less than 1,000 views. Some of them are more than a month old. And in the ranking, because YouTube ranks your videos 1 through 10, and it tells you how that video is doing, one being the best, of course. And every video has been an 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, which means that they bombed. Very, very bad.
Yeah,
This new one I just posted today is at a 3 out of 10.
awesome,
And it means we're
awesome,
learning.
awesome.
We don't need that 1 out of 10 yet,
Yeah,
but I knew what I did wrong in the last one because I watched it 20 times. I saw the analytics of where people dropped off. I said, okay, cool. All of these took away me from the video. Maybe I add me back into this, and do people want to watch that?
yeah,
And it's kind of nice to know that it worked.
yeah,
But you're going to have so many videos that bomb. Mr. Beast has videos that bomb. His numbers are good enough, right? His reach is strong enough. He's convinced YouTube that people should see his video no matter what. But he has videos that get an 8 out of 10 sometimes.
yeah,
Um, and so you have to be ready to take the hits. And if you're having the attitude that you can take the hits, you'll learn from the mistakes, YouTube is going to be such a fun playground. And most of us are gamers. That's what gaming is. It's
yeah,
failing at a level 50,000 times until you finally pass it.
yeah,
That's all YouTube is.
yeah.
So have fun with it, iterate, and find people who want to help you, because there's so much information out there. So let's talk, let's
Yep.
share. Show us your videos before you post them, and we'll give you tips.
Yep.
You know,
I love
that's what
that.
we did wrong in our videos.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, I think a lot of us are, afraid of that failure. A lot of people say, "Hey, Scott, I get this in my DMs every single day, multiple times a day. Hey, Scott, I've only got, a couple views." And my natural I want to be respectful, but I want to say me too. Like, it's just
Yeah,
it's just what happens,
it's
right? I mean,
reality.
not everything is going to get 500 plus views, 1,000 views. And I think that's a great point to remember that some of the biggest content creators, I'm sure, have a big department behind them, and they're like, "Ooh, this one's an 8."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And they've got way big consequences. We're for the most part all just having fun, still in the phase of figuring it out.
yeah,
We may have aspirational goals of monetizing and growing and hitting these big deep pocket numbers, but right
yeah,
now, take the risk. This is
yeah.
when we can do it.
Well, Jairo, I appreciate you taking this time. I know without a doubt, we're going to look back at this video. This video, I hope, is going to get thousands and thousands of views. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but somebody's going to be like, "What? Who's that old guy interviewing Jairo? Like, how
Vintage.
did this guy get on here?" And you are going to have 1 million plus subscribers. I know you don't want to put a number to it, but I know that because
We're
you are a
calling it.
storyteller, you are an amazing content creator, and you're inspiring people, and we appreciate you. And so it has been an absolute honor to do an episode of Trainer Talk. Thank you for taking the time to do a podcast, Jairo. You are just a legend, and you're so generous. You're so giving to your community, and thank you. You are a natural storyteller, a natural teacher. I hope you know that. So thank you so much.
I appreciate that so much. It has been an absolute blast. Everything right back at you. You've done so much for Pokemon and for this community, and you're inspiring us every day and making us feel like we're not alone. So thank you so much, Scott. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Woo.